Good Wednesday afternoon. It's around 9:30, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Let's see. Somewhere around 9:30, somewhere. Welcome to Wednesday night. Hope everybody have a good day. Hello, Jacob. How you doing? I hope you had a good day today. Let you all new people know, I had 4 heart attacks, high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, and back problems. Doing just fine. Man, I wish people quit putting crap on the internet. They saying, I know this is a lie, Jacob, that Copper Providence in Canada is going to come part of the United States. I know that's a lie because Canada is not that stupid to become parts of the United States. I know that's a lie. I can't believe what I... Okay. It got down to about 38 this morning. And it is cold. I looked out the window a half hour or so ago and had a couple of possums out there. A young one and I guess an older one. Ate a little bit of cat food and I guess they left. But today went pretty well. Tomorrow's Thursday. And your foxy ladies, I want to say hi to all your foxy ladies on the planet. And, I told you my medical problems. Tell you I'm 70 plus. What, is YouTube screwing up today, people? Hello there. Hello, sweet tea, the boss. I'm new. Okay, thank you. Like I say, I'm 70 plus years old, people. I'm bored, on a fixed income, around $900. I'm trying to help people out, Try to teach them the right things to do to help them out. Hello, sweet the boss. Yeah, Gramps. Hello, I try to help out younger people, younger than me. Teach them the right things to do. Any problems I'm having, if I buy something new, I pass it on. I pass it on to you all. That won't happen to you like a kitchen stove or a computer or Amazon. Thank you. I check everything when I get off of here in about an hour. And sometimes I get an email, sometimes I don't get an email. You all know YouTube. Because your younger generation is very smart. And I also want to ask you younger people, keep helping us old timers out. 'Cause we're not smart on computers. We're not smart on cell phones. and games and stuff. Some of your videos I've seen play games. It's complicated because I'm on a cell phone. And like I said, I had a new computer I got in February. It stopped working. HP won't fix it because PC Online upgraded it. They're not associated with HP. They're not a repair people for HP. Turn the stream off, UNC. Turn the stream off, UNC. I don't know what that means, people. I'm an old person. I don't understand it. So I'm on Prism Live Studio, people. And I really don't understand all these fancy words. Oh. Hi, 709. I like your doggies. You know. As you know, so I watch your doggies and the Caribou. I got to watch them. And I got a question for you, 709. Let's switch off of the animals and go back to the lady singers. Like Lady Megan, or whatever, Meg. Is that Meg a teenager, or is she an adult? Because I had fun listening to Miss Meg last night. Yeah. Is she a teenager or an adult? I couldn't tell. Oh, man, she looks awful young for 39. Lordy. I like her hair. Well, some people gripe because I don't have a shirt on. Man, when I got a shirt on and I'm laying in bed, I feel like I got a straitjacket on. And I can't sleep with a shirt on. As soon as I get off of YouTube, I take it off and hang it up for another YouTube video, because I only have it on for an hour. And well, it's probably about 50 outside, I think. I forgot to check the temperature to see what it is outside. And before the night gets Hello, Yoakum. Yes, I got my socks on. Hello, Jessica. Welcome back, my friend. You're welcome here anytime, because you people keeps this old man going. Because, it's too cold to go out for a walk. Okay, Jacob and anybody else, I got what they call a heat pump. It's air conditioned and a heat pump. For Canada and Alaska, it'd be good for air conditioning. But as cold as it gets in Canada and Alaska, I would say no. Yeah, it's electric. It's electric. Hello, Robin. I used to know a girl named Robin years over, over 50 years ago. Yeah, and she's an angel now. But people, no matter where you are in the United States or Canada, Alaska, here's a secret that my dad taught me growing up. If you got a gas furnace or LP furnace, I know wood heat would be good. I would love wood heat. But my homeowner's insurance would go up. It would go up. And it would go up. But let me tell you some safety measure, people. If you got a gas furnace or it's too hot for me. A wood stove would be too hot for me. That'd be good to use when it gets down into single digits, because that works the heck out of my heat pump. It would cut my electric bill down a little bit. Well, let's get back to your gas furnace. Have your service tech come out and check your gas furnace out. See if everything's working perfect. Hello, Galaxy. Boy, you are very sweet people tonight. Galaxy, I like the picture of the kitty cat. God bless you. You like kitty cats. It looks like a kitty cat. And have that furnace technician come out and check, see if everything's working good. You ain't got no leaks. Change your air filters. And the same thing with the heat pump. You have your air conditioning people come out and check that out. Make sure it all works, and change your air filters. And also, you want to get caulk around all your windows, inside the house, outside of the house, and all this. Around your door, you got like that rubber, it's probably about 1 inch wide, where you can put it around your door. It got sticky tape on the other side. You put that around your door trim. When you open your door, you put that around the trim and go around and shut your door. That helps to keep out the cold air from coming in and the hot air going up. Also, people, by having a wood stove, I know they changed wood stoves here in the United States. You got to get special wood stoves up to the EPA. stuff like that. Some wood stoves, you can buy pellets. And I don't know how those stoves work on pellets. I don't know if the pellets would be cheaper to burn or what. I don't know anything about those pellet stoves. It's something like a wood stove. And it's nice. I will. I'll be good and I'll be safe. And Jacob, God will watch over you and your family. And before you go to bed, make sure you got plenty of wood in the stove for the night. I hope you clean. Your dad and mom had a chimney sweeper come and clean your flue pipe out, because you got to clean that creosote out. People, tell you about wood stoves was my experience. Is, say you cut wood this year. You can't really use the wood until next year. It has to dry out. Get the water and sap out of it. You got to use what they call dry wood. That means over a year old. So remember, you people thinking about a wood stove, you have to let it dry out for over a year. That's how come you cut wood every year and you stack it up. You know how to stack wood, people. But wood stoves, people, it's a hotter heat. You won't get sick like you would if you have a gas furnace or LP furnace. But having that hot heat, you feel a whole lot better. I wouldn't have to sleep with my socks on. The reason I sleep with my socks on, people, I'm a diabetic. I get cold. Well, I checked my temperature, make sure it was sitting on 68 or 69. Because if it gets too hot in this house, I can't breathe. Sometimes I sleep with a sheet or a blanket, but I got 2 blankets on this bed. Plus, I got my 4 or 5, I got 4 kitty. How many I got in here? 1, 2. I got 3 kitty cats in here with me right now. Before the night gets out, I have 4 kitty cats in here. And they like to lay right here at my side. They start pushing me over towards the edge of the bed. And I got about 2 or 3 foot before I hit the floor. I've done that a few times. But, Jacob, make sure you got smoke detectors in your house. Anybody who has a wood stove, make sure you got smoke detectors and test it. You don't want, because wood stoves sometimes will catch houses on fire. That's how come during the summertime you have your flue cleaned out. You have a chimney sweeper come over and clean your stovepipe out. But wood heat is better for you. I wish I could burn wood. I pay over $1,000 a year for homeowners insurance. It's closely $1,500. Well, if I had a pickup truck, people, if you live here where I live, if you have a pickup truck and a chainsaw, all you have to do is wait for the windstorm, because it blows trees over everywhere. Especially out on the state highway and other highways around me. It blows trees over, and they cut it up and just leave the wood on the side of the road. Plus, you can either split the wood by hand, if you're not rich like me. If you had the money, you could buy you a log splitter and split the wood like that. But with my health problem, hello, JC. Yeah, I kind of keep it short. It saves you on shampoo. Back in the hippie days, in the 60s and 70s, I had long hair down to my butt. I had a bandana like the hippies used to wear back there. I used to split wood when I was younger. And I have broke a few handles out of an axe. Just like during the winter time, I'm going to have all kinds of tree limbs falling down in my yard. But I won't pick them up until springtime. Then I go around and pick all the tree limbs up and put it on my burning pile. But, if I had a wood stove, but I got the flu, but I don't have the wood stove. And if I had a wood stove, like I say, my insurance, or homeowner's insurance, will go up. I don't know if you can even buy a wood stove around here anymore. You probably have to go to a special place, because the EPA changed some of the rules on wood stoves. Because Mom and Dad had a wood stove. They had a fireplace. They got what they call a buck stove insert. And that done pretty good keeping the house warm. If I remember, it had like glass doors in it, because Mom always liked to sit on the couch and watch fire burn in the fireplace. There's nothing more that will relax you is a fireplace. But when you build a house, you got to make sure somebody who puts a fireplace in knows what they're doing. You got the flue pipe to put in it, this and that. You got to be safety. You got to have smoke detectors. And if you got a basement, say you got a basement, you can put a hole through your basement wall and put your pipe through there and have a chimney and cut you out holes in the floor and put your vents in it, and the heat from the basement will come up through those vents. That's what I did when I was married to a good-looking, foxy lady. We heated the house with wood, plus we had gas, but the wood stove kept the house hot. We had a garage that was attached to the basement with the door on it. If it got too hot, in the house. I went down the steps into the basement, opened the garage door up, going into the garage, and it went into the garage and it cooled down. Then you shut the door. And the kids, with that Foxy lady, everybody's doctor bills kind of went down in the wintertime because it was a good hot heat. And it was nice. But I want you all to be safe out there. You younger people, watch out for the stranger danger people. They teach you that in school. Hello, Joanne. Welcome. I got another lady moderator, but she's not in here tonight. Her name is, I call her Mel, M-E-L-L, because she got a long name, and she said, you just can call me Mel. She got 2 dogs. She did have 2 kitty cats, but one of them died on her and all this, but I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're having a safe winter. And okay, people, I've been seeing on the news that we going to supposedly here in the United States, I believe it when it hits my bank account, that we going to get $2,000, kind of like a stimulus check. I believe that when it happens. And they said for 6 months that we're going to get $600 a month for 6 months added on to our Social Security. I believe that when I see it. I don't believe anything it's on the news. You got fake news out there. Oh. And some of you people that gets food stamps, here's what makes me mad. We supposed to get a partially payment of food stamps. Well, who gets the partially food stamps? The Republican states. Because they told on the news here that those people is getting all the food stamps. And those are the Democrat states. Why is the Democrat states getting all their food stamps while the Republican states that got governors is getting half of it or a third of it? You tell me that. Why is the Democrats discriminating against the Republican people or the Republican governors? But as they said on the news, as you all see, that those states going to have to pay that money back. Because you're only supposed to get a portion of your food stamps, not all of it. That's weird how the Democrats is done. I know some of you get mad at me, but I am a Democrat. They are. They are. People, when I was young, I'm talking about Congressman Lee Hamilton, the 9th District of Indiana, Lugar, the senator, and Quayle, the senator. Those two was a Republican, while Hamilton was a Democrat. Back in those days, they worked together. They didn't fight. We had a budget. Now they fight, don't have a budget. We, the people, we have to live on a budget. And your younger people, a budget is your income you got coming in. And you know how much money you got coming in once a week or every 2 weeks or once a month. You have to live on a budget. No. The Democrats don't care about us poor people. They care about the illegals. They care about the illegal people. It's time for your younger generation to wake up. I'm old. Your dad and your mom probably in the 40s, give or take a little. What are they going to do when they get 62, 65 years old? So you younger people, you got to think of your future. You got to think of your mom and dad's future. You are smart enough to do it peaceful. No fighting, no threatening anybody, because that's intimidation. You can end up in jail. You do it peaceful. Your smart young people knows how to do that. Your younger people is very smart. And I got faith in you, just like God has faith in you. You are very smart. And, I like your smart people. The older you get, the less your mind works. When you get over 65, your mind starts slowing down. When you're 70 plus years old, 80, 90, your mind slows down. And make sure you all eat the right food. Your younger people, ask your mom and dad or your grandma how you can your food. Like pickles, tomatoes, corn, green beans, beets, peppers, apples, Ask them how to can food, because you know what you put in your food. Like Canada and other places, like their cereal. Look on your cereal boxes. I think it's cereal. I could be wrong. That you got your red or yellow or blue dyes or whatever. You younger people knows all this stuff. Like, I believe Canada and other parts of the country, they don't have all of those chemicals in their food. By you canning your own food, people, you know what you're eating. And the next time you go to the grocery store, look on a can of green beans or corn. Okay, Joanne. I hope you passed your doctor's appointment. Because doctor's appointments is more important than I am. You got to get your sleep. You got to rest up. You don't want to be wore out. You got to stop drinking, eating by so-and-so time when you go to the doctor. You know, I hope you pass with flying colors, Joanne. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you, because you're people that comes on my YouTube channel. You help me live a little bit longer. You all relax this old man. I have somebody to talk to. You know, I'm bored. All I do is talk to my kitty cats, but they don't talk back to. I try to be polite to everybody, people. You know, I try to get on here around 9 or 10 o'clock at night. Sometimes I might get on here through the daytime because there's more people. It's not working, this and that. And plus, the different time zones. I try to get in all the time zones, but there's people that watch this video after I turn my cell phone off after I get off of here. And I, like I say, I want to thank you wonderful people. You all been so great to me, helped me understand stuff about computers, cell phones, and I ask you stuff where I go on my cell phone or on my computer when it was working. You all helped me out. That's what I like about my YouTube channel. You younger people help us old people out. God will reward you for it. And I want to thank you parents. You're raising your kids good where they help us old people out. Thank you very much. And thank you foxy ladies that comes in here and chat with me. You know, I love talking to ladies. You know, because you're very sweet. You're very nice. You know. And I want to thank you ladies that comes in here. I wish there a few ladies comes in here that lives close to me and single, you know, over 25, that could come here and visit and, you know, and, stuff like that, help me, there's things that I can't do, can do, there's things, I don't expect any young girls take care of the old man. As long as I'm able to, I'm going to do it, no matter how much it hurts. And there's going to be some rule changes here in the Cartwright family. It's going to start January the 1st, people. Because I done told my son, I said, you're going to have to start cleaning the house up, sweep the floors, mop the floors, keep your room clean, and this and that. You got to do that. You can't live like a bum. But, there's going to be some rule changes around here. If I was to die, what is my son going to do? There's no problem with him making the house payment. He knows where to pay my water bill. He knows where to pay my electric bill. He knows who I got my house payment through. But, rent around here in Scott County and Clark County, about $1,500 a month. That's not counting your utility bills. You figure your electric bill, if you got electric heat, is going to be around $200 a month in the wintertime. Or if you got gas heat, you're looking at maybe somewhere between $150 to $300 in a month in the wintertime. And if you live in the city, that means you're going to have a water bill and a sewage bill. You're probably looking at maybe $500 extra a month. So you're looking at probably $2,500 a month, counting your rent. People said, well, you should start charging your son rent. He buys his own food. He does put gas in my car when he has to go to the doctor or we have to go to the grocery store. I do make him do that. Because if he pays me, I get less food stamps. My house payment would go up because I would have to report that to my loan company. But like I said, people, I hate to do that, but I got to keep the house clean. I moved the garbage can outside on the porch with the garbage bag in it. And he's going to have to learn how to clean the cat boxes out. If something happens to me, he's going to have to spend at least $100 a month on cat food. Because if he don't feed the cats, then somebody will get him for cruelty to animals. Plus, I'll come back and haunt him. But you foxy ladies out there, no smoking, no alcohol, no illegal drugs. You got to have your own car and go, if you got a job where you can drive to work. You can't always depend on one car family because it breaks down, then you lose your job. That's how come if you got a car, you won't miss work. And I know your foxy ladies is a better cook than me. And like my mom used to do, when she make mashed potatoes, I guess you call it a potato smasher. After you cook your potatoes, you put it in it and you squeeze it and it comes out like fishing worms. I don't know what you call them because my mom and grandma used to have one. I guess they still make them. And here, foxy ladies, I will help you with the housework. I help you sweep the floor. I help you wash the clothes. I help you wash the dishes. I help you wash your back if that's what you want. Because my job to your foxy ladies to keep you happy. But if your foxy ladies if I had a foxy lady here with me, if you got sick, there's things I can cook. I can cook pork chops. I would have to get shake and bake. Or chicken, I would have to get shake and bake. I can fry hamburgers. I can do scrambled eggs. And pudding. And probably grilled cheese or cook some things in the microwave. I like a foxy lady that, I would love to have some good old fried chicken. I ain't had any fried chicken since Dad and Mom passed away. Unless you go to the JC store and get it, but it don't taste like my mom's fried chicken or my grandma's fried chicken. I like chicken gravy on my mashed potatoes. I don't know if you can buy chicken gravy at the grocery store. I just don't know, people. But I want to thank all you beautiful people. I want to thank all you foxy ladies. I wish there's some foxy ladies that live close to me. Like in Scottsburg, Austin, Scott County. That live close to me. I know there's girls in California, Delaware, Colorado, Canada. That's too far away. Some of you might get mad. If you go 1,000 miles, give or take a little, if it don't work out, you get mad, you go back home. And that's too far to drive. That's how come, if you live within 100 miles, 50 to 100 miles of me, that'd be okay, because that's only 100 miles is about a 2-hour drive. It could be less. It could be an hour and a half. Because it takes two people. I don't care if you're 25, 30 years old, 40 years old. We got to see what we got in common. Do we like the same music? TV shows, soap operas, YouTube. See what we got in common. Do you like car races? Do you like NASCAR? Or figure eight racing? Stuff like that. But I tell you, foxy ladies, I can't be a sugar daddy. 'Cause I'm on a fixed income of $900. It's hard for me to live on $900. I would love to get, let's say, $1,500 to $2,000 a month. Here's the catch-22. Say if I was to get $2,000 a month, my house payment would go up, because my house payment is based on my income. And you must love kitty cats and not allergic to kitty cats. If you smoke, you're going to have to go outside. I can't stand the smoke on people's clothes. I get sick when I smell smoke on people's clothes. I'm sorry, I used to smoke. I used to drink alcohol. But I was silly when I used to drink alcohol. I done some stupid crap when I was drinking alcohol that I wouldn't do when I was sober. I'm glad I've been sober from alcohol and drugs over 25 years. I would love to drink a nice, cool beer in the summertime. But with the medicine I'm taking, that's a no-no. I can't do that. And I don't know, but if I happen to get drunk and start walking up on the county road, I wouldn't know if I get arrested or not. I don't take chances anymore. I got a house. I got a roof over my head. I got kitty cats who watch over me. It gives me company. I would love to have a good-looking, foxy lady. You people who watch Hudson and Rex. You know Sarah that plays in Hudson Rex. She's built like the lady like I want. Who watched Magnum P.I. with that lady Higgins like her? I'm kind of choosing. God would choose the one for me. The last girl I dated was 55 years old. She wasn't bad, but she had one problem. And I won't put up with a problem like that. But she is a sweet lady. But there's one problem I don't like, and I'm not going to mention it, 'cause she calls me every once in a while to check up on me. And I had, somewhere I read, I don't know if it was on TikTok or X, somebody asked a question. Would you take your ex-wife back? There's a reason you got a divorce in the first place. But since we all over 60 years old, that might be a possibility. But right now, if she saw my house, she would kick my butt. I guarantee you she would. She loved a clean house. My house, it could be better. It could be better, people. It could be a whole lot better. But I'm working on it little by little. But with my medical problems, it's hard for me to do stuff. I can sweep the floor and all this, mop the floor. And my son bought a mop bucket, one of them yellow mop buckets that look like a commercial tie. You fill it up. But there was a problem with that mop bucket. It had a hole in the side. Plus, they making those plastic buckets cheaper and thinner. They need to go back with the thicker plastic because, you know, they break down. They get a crack in it. I know they used to make like a commercial type mop bucket. It was metal with you had your thing in it where you could put your mop in it and pull the handle down, squeeze all the water. I don't think they make them anymore. And I had one of them dollar store mops. I guess it's Mr. Clean Mop. It's blue and white. And the only problem I have with them, people, and by the year where your mop is, you got your metal handle, it rusts all the time and it breaks off. And it's bad. But the commercial mops, it seems to work better cleaning my floor than those dollar store mops. You know. It'd be nice if they made a mop with a wooden handle where you could pull the handle up and squeeze it instead of using your hand to dry your mop out. That's nasty. That means you have to wear plastic gloves on them. And remember, people, tomorrow is Thursday. Watch out for the yellow school buses in the morning. Watch out for the yellow buses in the afternoon. Watch out for the school zones. I think most of them is 20 or 25 miles an hour. Watch out for your school zones. I want to educate your younger people, and that way you can tell your parents. Get a dash cam. They got a dash cam. It'll do 4 sides. It'll do front, back, and the sides. It protects you when you're driving. Here's a case I'm going to use. You all seen it where you all live. You got the green light, and the light's green. You go through it. Bam, you get T-boned. By you having a dash cam, it'll show you have the green light. That's something to think, you younger generation. Or you can get your cell phone mount, where you can mount it on your dash or your window and just hit your camera button and record it when you're out driving. Protect yourself. Record. If you get pulled over by Popo or 5-0, record and protect yourself. When you go out walking with your doggy or your boyfriend, girlfriend, or your kids, you want to record for your safety. I'm trying to help you younger people out. Just think. Just think. And also you younger people. Ask your parents to do a video. Your mother and your dad, because this is going to help you out when you get older. To do medical history. You know, does your mom and dad have arthritis, heart attacks, strokes, high blood pressure? Does cancer run in the family? your younger people needs to know that. Because if you get sick and have to go to the doctor or to the hospital, 9 chances out of 10, they're going to ask you about your family history. Because it helps them out. You know, that's something to think, you younger people. Because you're younger people, you get parts of your mom and parts of your dad in your body chemistry. I don't know where I get my diabetes from, but I know where I get my blood pressure and my heart attacks from my real dad. I'm adopted. And your ladies, instead of having an abortion, I know some of you disagree with me. Will you think about if you don't want your baby when you're carrying it in your belly, give it up for adoption. There's families that cannot have kids. No matter what race there is. There's people out there that will adopt black kids, white kids, Korean kids, Vietnamese. They adopt all kinds of kids because they cannot have kids. So you ladies think about it. You know, it's your body. But think what you do. You will help a family out that cannot have kids. You know, you can have a closed adoption. You know, you can do that. You know, I want you ladies to think about it. You know, just think about it. But in my case, people, my real mother had no choice to give me up for adoption. But what I consider by law, you have to be a certain age to sign papers. I think, 18? Well, when I was born, people, you ain't going to believe it. I'm being truthful. My real mother, when I was born, she was 12 years old. How can a 12-year-old girl legally sign adoption papers? She can't. She's not of age. She's still a child. Just think about it, people. I know who my mother is, and she's a very sweet lady. I got good brothers and sisters on my mom's side. They're very nice brothers and sisters. I haven't talked to them over 20 years, but they live about 100 miles away from me. Maybe they watch YouTube and they see my name. Maybe they watch it. I don't know. I want to say hi to my real brothers and sisters. I'm not going to mention the name. They're around Indianapolis, Indiana. Ronnie, David, Marcia, Mala. That's all I'm going to say. And my real mother, if she's alive, she would be in her 80s. You know, she would be in her 80s. If she's still alive. And my real brother, David, he's a veteran of the United States Navy. Lives around the Indianapolis area. Somewhere in that area of Indianapolis. And Ronnie, his older brother, because David is I think David is number 3. And I think Marcia is number 2. Or is it I don't know. I can't remember. But I want to thank you beautiful ladies out there for coming up here. Listen to me. Because, like I said, us old people, we're bored. We're bored. We got nothing to do. Or maybe we don't have family close by. You all here on YouTube, you keep me going. You help me out. You help me relax. Just like my kitty cats. They can't talk human. I would hate to hear what they would say if they could. But some animals can talk human. That's a fact. I had a gray kitty cat. His name was Blue Boy. He would talk human. And he would let you know if he wanted to go outside. He would say, ow, ow. I said, Blue Boy, you want to go outside? Ow. You know, you got to pay close attention. My mom said, did you hear that? I said, what? Out? I said, yes, Mom. Because, you know, you think you're going bananas when an animal talks. Parakeet talks. You know parakeet talks. They repeat everything you say. Have you been watching on TikTok and I don't know where else they at? Maybe they're on Facebook. Them parrots, you know, with police officers. Oh, I've been with your mama. Yeah, I think that's pretty good how they train some of those parrots. That relaxes me, people. You know. And you foxy ladies, you gotta have fingernails, not too long. I would love to have my back scratched. That relaxes me. A couple other places you can scratch it. My grandma Roberts used to do. I hear a choo-choo train. It sounds like it's going southbound. But it's hard to tell when you kind of down in the hole and all this. But people, I want to thank you all. Put your faith in the God. God has not given up on you. You have to believe. Not just on Sundays. You have to believe in God in 24/7. I know people go to church, as soon as they walk out them church doors, bam, the devil's there waiting for them. If you can't afford to go to church, you can watch it on TV or the radio on Sunday, but there's always some kind of church service on TV on some channel, somewhere. There's church service on YouTube. There's church service on Pluto or other channels. There's always a church service. And so I want to thank you all. And you younger people, the next time you go to the grocery store or Walmart, you see an old lady or old man, say, hello, young man. Hello, young lady. You make him feel happy. Hold the door open for the old people, men. Men, you got to hold the door open for the ladies. You younger people, before you go to bed, tell your parents you love them. Before daddy or mommy goes to work, tell them you love them. Before you go to school, tell your mama and daddy you love them. When you get home from school, tell them you love them. Or when you get home from work, tell them you love them. They appreciate it. You know, some of you listen to me, that's okay. But you don't have to do what I said. You're old enough to make your mind out. Do not drink alcohol. Don't take drugs. You know, I want to be a live chicken and a dead chicken. You know, you can take the drug one time, get attached to it. Or you can die the first time you take certain illegal drugs. Drugs and alcohol will mess your mind up. You get in trouble. You get put in the pokey or the jail. You know, maybe you all want to go to college. Maybe you can't afford to go to college, people. Maybe your mom and dad's not rich. Or are you thinking about student loans? Say if you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, or a veterinarian, or MP, jet pilot, or helicopter pilot, you can think about the military. You have to give them extra years. If you want to be a lawyer, okay, it's time for me to get off of here anyway, 709. So I want to thank you all, beautiful people. I want to thank your foxy ladies out there. All your foxy. If you're skinny or fat, there is a person out there for you. Remember, men, treat those foxy ladies with respect. Don't abuse them. Don't hit them. I love all you foxy ladies. Good night. Sweet dreams. Be careful. I love you all very much and keep warm.